Can a machine ever be creative in the same way that a human can? Now, this might sound like a really funny question, but it's a question I get asked over and over again. So I did a lot of research, a lot of experimentation, and I discovered that the answer is no. It can't be creative in the same way that we can. Our ability to make meaning, our ability to contextualize and to create is what makes us uniquely human. It's really special. It's something that we need to celebrate and champion and hold on to, especially as AI starts to appear more and more in our lives. And again, as I've said before, there's nothing wrong with AI, but we need to remember humanity first. We live autopilot lives. We're turning ourselves into machines, going into these systems where we just go over and over and over again, replicating, just like a machine would. So of course we fear machines, because if we're not doing anything with our lives, if we're just going through the motions, repeating and repeating, then of course it can replace us. And at the moment, I'm developing a talk for South by Southwest Sydney. I'm going to give the talk in a couple of weeks' time, and in another video, I will take you along on the journey of how I developed the talk, what I did on the day, and I'll take you along with me as I go there. Because I'm going to be sharing an art project that I've been developing through our gallery, A Single Piece in Sydney. And the art project is called Memory Loom. And it imagines a future where humans have been completely replaced by machines. But with humans gone, the machines have realized that something is missing. So it's turned to the fragments that we've left behind, the objects, the memories, the poems, the words, the art that we've left behind as a way to try and find what it is that is missing. Now, this isn't supposed to be some dystopian future. It's not supposed to be scary. It's actually supposed to make us realize how special we are today, how special everything that we create is, and how special meaning is to us. Meaning is what gives us purpose. One of the things that comes out of this art experiment that I'm carrying on is the machine wonders why we bother preserving things that are going to end. Or why are we bothering preserving things that we can see in the world? Why would you write a poem about a field when the field is just there for you to look at? And it's because we end that we do this. It's because we end. We have a finite amount of time that these things matter. It's why you hold on to certain objects, because they have sentimental value to you. It reminds you of what was. Perhaps it reminds you of someone that's no longer here. It helps you to connect and make meaning because you're reminded of the fact that you're not here forever. That's why it's so important, if you're trying to redesign your life, that you start today. You create this connected present life that gives you so much more. Because if you're just like a machine, then machines go on forever. They don't need to preserve those things because they'll always be around to remember them. They don't need to treasure them. They will always be able to recall them. But we're not machines. We can't do that. That's why it's so important to us to be able to make meaning. That's why it's important for us to learn how to make meaning again, because it's fundamental and core to who we are as people. So this is what I'm going to be exploring through my talk. I'm going to be looking at how the project evolved, the process I went through to create the artworks, the dialogue I had with the machine as it went about its search for what was missing from the world, and the outputs as a result of that. And there's some really interesting little surprises in there. So I please encourage you to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Come back in a few weeks' time and see this video and see what I've talked about at South by Southwest, because I'm also going to be offering some interesting insights into how to change your life if you feel like you're giving yourself over to this autopilot system, if you feel like you're becoming a little bit of a machine. And it's a simple 3-step process. Remember to pause, remember to play, and remember to pattern. Because when you pause, when you slow down, when you connect, you become present, you can see the world differently. When you play, when you create, when you interact with the world around you in new ways, you enrich your life. And then if you combine what you've learned in those 2 phases, you can pattern new behaviors, new ways of seeing, new ways of living that can change how you live going forward. We are special. That's the whole topic of my video today. We can do things that machines and AI cannot ever do. So I encourage you to subscribe, as I said before, if you're not already subscribed. I'll be sure to share some images at the end of this video that are taken from my talk that show this future. And again, remember, it's not supposed to be scary. It's not a warning. It's a reminder of what makes us special. Thank you again for joining me this week. I really love hearing back from you. So please like and subscribe and leave a comment below, and I'll see you soon. Wish me luck with the talk.